It's my pleasure to welcome you all to today's virtual event, the first in a series called Conversations on the Road to Unlocked.
Sadly, in too many communities of color and rural low-income communities, the best funded public programs are prisons and detention centers. Many state juvenile justice systems spend 10 times more money on secure facilities than they do on community-based programs. The system was built this way. Now is our time to change it.
To change the current practices that are in place of probation and parole require boldly reimagining and appropriately resourcing new, empowered communities.
I just want to center us in the work, and what we do at Youth First is recognize that youth justice is a racial justice issue.
We noted things like universal access to early childhood, which has long-term benefits for economic development, but also long-term benefits for opportunities for young people, had to be on the source of the continuum of community safety and well-being as well. And we knew that the realities going on in schools, where SROs or school resource officers entered into an environment for education, actually were out of place, and we needed mobilization to make sure that police and the implementation of prisons were not actually in schools.
We try to tell people that we aren't superheroes, although I believe every single person on my team is a superhero and is a superhuman. They do not walk around with guns or with bulletproof vests, but they actually, again, try to prevent people from engaging in gun violence on a daily basis. And
because of my family struggles and just being a 14-year-old trying to fit in, I did a lot of things that got me in the wrong kind of attention. I joked around, acted out, and got in trouble a lot in school. One time, my friend and I were playing around the school cafeteria, and I playfully tossed ketchup on her backside. That moment almost resulted in me having to spend 2 years behind bars. Fortunately, I had just become a participant in a program called Youth Advocate Programs, better known as YAP. YAP matched me with James Schuler, an advocate who lived in my neighborhood. He's an amazing Black man who became my role model, mentor, and family advocate. He worked with a lawyer to fight for me to stay in the YAP program instead of going to youth prison. As part of his services, he worked with my mom to bring my family back together. We moved in with my grandma and my family. By my family being supported by YAP, I started doing better in school.